and thus this poodle pup became France's national breed.
We all think we're too smart to be conned, but the truth is hundreds of thousands of dollars are being swindled from seniors who sink their savings into uncertain investments. John Chapman is here to tell us a few cautionary tales and to wake us up to the warning signs. John is an investment fraud attorney with Chapman Attorneys at Law. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
So you say that seniors are particularly targeted in these kinds of scams.
That's true. Most of our clients are folks 65 and over, I'd say. As practical purposes, I mean, a fraudster is looking for somebody with a pile of money, and usually folks in that age group are done working and they've assembled a bit of a nest egg, and so they're ripe for the picking, I'm afraid.
That's too bad. So how does this con actually start with these folks?
Well, con is the key. It's a confidence game, and folks engage the confidence of their victims. And sometimes that's simply by what's called an affinity fraud. It's sort of, I'm like you, I share your values. We just finished a large case in Atlanta where the fraudster was actually a pastor of a church.
Oh, boy.
Most of his victims, members of his congregation. Saddest thing in the world, and they trusted him implicitly as he fleeced them.
Yeah. Other things like those free meal invitations you get?
There's no such thing as a free lunch. There's many come-ons, and often, and this is the insidious part, somebody you really trust, a friend or a neighbor, will say, there's this wonderful investment, I'm making lots of money, I couldn't be happier. There's a notorious Cleveland Ponzi schemer by the name of Joanne Schneider who's now in jail. And that was all word of mouth. That everybody said, it's great, I'm getting paid dividends, I couldn't be happier. But you know what? She was taking other investors' money to pay old investors, the classic Ponzi scheme.
Right.
And so you can't rely on word of mouth opinion either.
So who do you trust?
Well, you have to, first of all, you have to turn to unimpeachable sources of information, and there's a lot on the internet. You can go to brokerage reporting services. One of them is called FINRA, F-I-N-R-A. There's a broker check. You want to see if the guy who's trying to sell you an investment is licensed. You want to see if he has a record. You want to see if other people have sued him. You can just simply Google names, and sometimes all kinds of interesting information comes up.
Yeah, that's true. And you've got some tips for us to try to avoid being caught in the first place.
Warning signs, red flags that maybe you are being staked out for a fraud. If the fellow sitting across the table from you says, act now, I'm not sure this is going to be around next week, walk away. That's a clear warning sign. If he says this is a new opportunity, back in the day it was only available to the Rockefellers, the richest people in the country, but now it's available to you, walk away. No such thing. Sometimes it's just a matter of you listen to some spellbinder on the other side of the kitchen table and you basically don't understand what he's talking about or how you're going to make money on this scheme. If you don't understand, walk away. A proper investment will be accompanied by lots and lots of paperwork, piles of what are called offering materials or prospectuses. If he's presenting an investment opportunity to you without providing you with those kinds of disclosure materials, watch out.
Okay, this has been great tips to try to keep people safe. There are scams everywhere out there, all targeting your hard-earned savings. Follow John's tips to protect yourself. And for more help, give John a call. His number's next.
Find out more by calling Chapman Attorneys at Law at 216-241-8172 or click to www.johnschapman.com. Next,